We got a tank as well and a big rubber ducky.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world.
What is happening, everyone? Welcome to Ulaanbaatar, that is in Mongolia. It's a pleasant day, and just decided to do a little walk today and explore the city. The plan was a little bit changed. Earlier I was planning to go at the big Genghis Khan statue just outside the city, but supposedly it's a full day. You go at the national park as well there, and you visit a few other natural landscapes as well. But again, that takes pretty much the whole day from 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. or so all the way until 9 or 10 in the evening, and decided, for a statue, yeah, it looks good, it looks grand, it's probably the most visited along the city of UB, but I kind of want to explore the city, see more of the things that UB has to offer. And right now just made it to the main square here, Ulaanbaatar Square. Don't remember exactly, gotta look it up on my phone. There's quite a few modern buildings here. I was actually surprised by this. Many still in construction. So this building that you have seen in the background while I was filming myself is the History Museum of Mongolia, and right behind it is the Parliament House, I believe. But yeah, it looks like they have a big statue of Genghis Khan there. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it seems like. That building's pretty cool actually too. Yeah, let's take a closer look. A funny story: when I first came to the city, to Mongolia, I came from the airport, and the guy that I took as a taxi never stopped at one red light. But yeah, it was kind of scary and funny at the same time. But yeah, here it is, the big grand statue. So a quick little FYI, few people expect Mongolians to speak Russian when that is not the case. Very few people here actually speak Russian or English or any other language. In fact, some of the young kids get along well in English, but I do gotta point out that there's a lot of Korean influences in Mongolia, from restaurants, to Korean marts, to quite a few things, the music they listen to. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. I was not aware one bit. As for hotel wise, I'm staying 2 nights here. I stayed the night that I came from the wilderness, from the Mongolian countryside, and I pay around $11 per night. Just walking around, and you're hitting pretty much some interesting buildings. Not sure exactly what they are, so I gotta look them up. According to Google Maps, this is the Museum of Dinosaurs. I do know that there are quite a few fossils here in Mongolia, and it's quite big for archaeology. But yeah, just besides it, a little amusement park as well. So, and a colossal new building. But yeah, that's Ulaanbaatar, a mix, a match. You never know what you're gonna get hit with. So just kind of walking around and enjoying the diversity. And for the fans in the US, if there are any, check out, they got Walmart, not Walmart, a pure competitor right here in Mongolia. So quite intriguing. It goes from gigantic contemporary buildings to quite a few older, rustic, I may put it in a nice way. Yeah, I'm not gonna call it a slum or anything like that, but at times it does look like it on this side. So this is heading west towards the city. And finally made it to the monastery as well, and there are a whole bunch of pigeons outside. Most likely I'm gonna try to do some pigeon shots as well here soon. But yeah, a pretty cool archway, you know, and in the back is the monastery as well. And it looks like we have a drone as well. That might not be a bad idea if I pull it out here. But yeah, either way, just another quick little fact, you know, the capital of Mongolia has at least half the whole population of the country. And this is the inside. Hopefully they'll allow cameras, but I typically enter with the camera, that way if they don't, I'll at least get a glimpse. Whoa, check out gigantic Buddha.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape.
Just adjacent to the big monastery we have, you know, another little complex here. Not sure exactly what it is. I just think it's you know, all part of the same, and they have different roles or something like that. But yeah, there's a main ticket fee at the main temple with the Buddha that you saw me. As soon as I actually started filming, you know, someone came and said ticket, but yeah, it's only 4,000, so $1.50, not that bad. Although there is a mix of old, new, nice, ugly, like in many other parts of the world, no doubt. You know, UB does have quite a few intriguing places to visit. And what was I saying about the pigeons? Yeah, they're all over. There are actually people here that sell grains and corn in order to, you know, play with the pigeons, you know, photo opportunities, no doubt. So interesting how you go from a regular apartment complex to a Buddhist temple, complex, monastery, dorm, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's just quite hilarious. So here's another view of one of the squares in the city. Again, some weird statues that look like mushrooms, a big screen right there for advertising, and you know, a whole bunch of other, I don't know, apartment complexes or whatever they may be. And here we have another odd shape building in the middle of you know, just apartment complexes in a neighborhood, and it looks like it's a circus. So you know, this is the second one we've seen in the last few episodes. If you remember the one in Astana that looked like a UFO. Oh, and the Starbucks, they got a Starbucks within the circus building. But yeah, anyway guys, it's kind of rare to see nowadays circuses having their own, you know, location. But yeah, it looks like this is the case here in Central Asia. And still quite a few communism relics right here, guys. By I don't know, it's not a train station for sure, but it has to do something with locomotives and so on. You know, some of the old symbols, old logos, they're still alive and well. And one of the places that I'm heading right now, besides another little museum slash monastery, I think from what I've seen, I think technically it's a museum, but also you know, it kind of looks like a monastery based on what I've seen in the photos online. But afterwards I'm trying to head to this other monument that's a commemoration. It's quite loud here on the close to the highway, I guess I can put it that way. But yeah, it will be another communist relic, the Soviet and the Mongolian army in the Second World War. So yeah, we're gonna go and hopefully explore that. We'll see if it's open, if it's not, or what the situation is down there. And finally made it to the museum. It looks pretty good actually from the outside. Quite a few decorations. Look at that. According to Google, it might be closed, but I doubt it. It's because we see a door open right there. But man, check out these. Damn, look at the drawings here, guys. Super, super cool. And I think Google was right, guys. In the end, there is nothing open in the interior. But it is what it is. It was on the way. And got a chance to see some pretty nice sculptures here made out of wood, some nice paintings and so on. But yeah, Bogd Khan Museum, if you guys are interested.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling.
So getting closer to the monument, guys, and what I can tell from here near the road, there's quite a few people there already. Let me zoom in. That's pretty much all I can zoom in, but you can tell right there on the stairs, quite a few people. Well, amazing view. So no doubt why it's so popular here in the southern hills of Ulaanbaatar. And all the way south of the city, there's a river that goes by as well. It's quite different than the other part. You know, still large apartment complexes. It looks like quite a few of the construction is moving on this side, but yeah, overall, you know, it's a pretty pleasant area and doesn't seem to be as smoggy as the rest of the city is. But a couple more minutes or so until we actually reach the incline. So this is kind of how the base looks like. It looks like there's a huge mall here as well. Again, soft serve ice cream, guys. I forgot to mention that. I don't think I've seen a country that loves soft serve ice cream as much as the people in Mongolia. And of course, we got a tank as well and a big rubber ducky. Great spot to actually see how much construction is actually going on in Ulaanbaatar. The city is expanding at a rate that's insane. Sunset wise, it looks like it's gonna be quite boring and plain. Quite a few dark clouds on that side, but still great views of the city. And this is it, finally made it to the top. How it looks from the outside in the back. As you can tell, a lot of the symbols from the former Soviet Union. Again, this is dedicated to the people that fell during the World War II on the Soviet and Mongolian side. And with that concludes the vlog from Ulaanbaatar. Just got back to the hotel room. So again, a quick little vlog from Ulaanbaatar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the views, enjoyed the scenery, the oddness of the city, because it can definitely be put that way, a little bit odd, a little bit interesting, you know, depending on people's definition. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Gratitude should be the only attitude, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape into a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape.